now.
I see it.
Okay, so how do you want to do this? Do you want to just start from the top and work our way down?
I guess so. Yes, let's do.
Okay, so paradigms. What is that? Is that the like hang on. Let me get my word up. Oh, it is my other word up. Okay. Is that the positivism thing
Yeah.
that
So there's three different ones.
yeah, there's positivism. Hang on. I have
Interpretive.
it written down. Interpretive and conflict critical.
Yes. And I have the handout um, from last week where it says, like the family development theory and exchange theory are positivism.
Yes.
And then there's,
Symbolic theory. The symbolic
yeah,
ones are the interpretive.
yes.
And then the conflict one and the feminist is conflict.
Now, when it says know the tenants,
What does that mean?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
See,
Not
I don't like that it says tenants, etc. Like what's the etc.?
yeah, I don't know if that's just the rest of the stuff on here, like the examples that they give. If that's what we need to know, if basically this whole Word document is if we just need to know all of it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I mean, the things on
But
here
that
are pretty understandable. It's memorizing, I guess.
it's just memorizing it. Yeah, exactly. And I have that Word document. I can't find it at the moment, but I
Yeah.
know I saved it on my computer and I printed it out.
Yeah, I printed mine. I'm more of like a hands-on learner, I think. I have to
Yeah,
see it in my hand to do better. But yeah, I think that would be something definitely just to look over the whole thing.
a few times.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, so we can skip that because
okay.
I mean we have the paper.
Yeah. Just
We
need to
just
do it.
need to look through it. But that's what I was wondering is the tenants, what is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but that would be my guess. I guess we
And
could
the etc. That I mean just spell it out.
let's look what tenants even stands for before we go on.
I look up syllables. Belief. So it's
Yes.
beliefs, views,
Main principles. So yeah,
principles.
I would say that that's what those are, right? Like the definition type.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
what I'm guessing too.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're good there. We just have to study that paper because the
Yeah.
paper makes sense.
Yes, I think
It's
so
just
too.
a matter of remembering what's on it.
And which goes with what?
Yeah. Okay. So then the Wallace wheel.
Yes.
The Wallace wheel is pretty basic. I mean, it goes theory, hypothesis, design the research, the observation of the research, generalization, theory construction, and then the theory.
Right. So I kind of related it to like a science fair experiment because
Yeah.
I just got done doing those with my boys, and
Oh, nice.
it's exactly what it reminded me of.
Oh, perfect.
So you kind of have to, I mean, it goes, you do the same process as you're just doing it in a theory form.
Instead of the yeah,
Science.
the science form.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. But I have a pretty good idea about I mean, I saved the Wallace wheel. I
Yes.
downloaded it.
Me too. Um, but I like the question, how research and theory work together to bring us to truth. It's kind of goes back to science, in my opinion. That's how I'm relating it. Like I said,
No, that's fine.
um, that you you make your hypothesis, which is theory, right? Is the theory part of it, and then work your way into the research and the facts and then go full circle. I don't know.
Yeah. Let me see. How deductive and inductive thinking fit with the process.
Yes. So this one was a little bit confusing. Like, it took me a little bit to figure out inductive and deductive. And I remember looking on one of the question and conversation boards, like, that's what it is. But I think I forgot to write it down. So if you have some good insight, I would definitely appreciate it.
I'm trying to remember which is which. Inductive is like starting small and working up to theory, right?
I honestly can't remember. Like, I will definitely.
Let me look at my Wallace wheel. I have the wheel up. Oh, where is it? Okay, here we go. So deductive is where you start big.
Okay.
Deduct. You go small.
Okay.
Inductive is where you start inside and you work your way up and out.
Okay.
That's how I remember it, because that's what I thought. So inductive is inside. So you start with yourself. You start small.
Right.
And then you work your way up to a major theory. Deductive is where you start major and then you deduct. You go small.
Go small, right.
Into a personal.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. That's a good way to remember it. All right. Wrote that down. Okay.
Okay. So that's inductive and deductive.
Okay.
So the article, Reason and Revelation. Do you remember
it? Sort of remember it. I'm going to have to pull it up and probably reread it.
I'm going to have to do the same thing.
Yeah. It's so hard from week to week, especially when you're taking more than one class, to remember things week to week.
And to remember what information goes with what class.
Yes.
Especially when they kind of intertwine a little bit.
Right.
Like, I'm taking the research class. And sometimes I get my research class right now confused with this class.
Oh.
Because we're both on theories and understanding them.
Yes.
Like, what is a theory? And
oh yeah, that would be hard.
It's like, oh wait, what class is that from?
Yes. Okay, so but what from the article I kind of remember is that a lot of people don't realize how much revelation plays in the role of theories and reason. And if I remember correctly, just that if we think about it, God has his hand in everything. And so there's reasons why things happen. I don't know.
Well, like, you can only go so far with the reason until you start needing revelation to take you further.
Right.
Like, we can only understand so much and gain so much from what we have. But when we add, Heavenly Father into it, it takes us into a whole new level.
Right.
Which takes us further in to the truths that we gain from the revelation that we receive.
Right.
And I think that was what the article was about, was using that revelation to help us find truth.
Right. Let's see, I want to write that down too. Okay.
My only problem is like I have somewhat of an understanding of these things, but the tests are like
So much more detailed.
so much more detailed than what I can remember
Yes.
that it's like it's frustrating.
Yes. I think we are in the same boat.
So,
Oh,
purpose of a theory, why do we have them? I believe we have theory to help us put words into why we do what we do.
yes. To figure
Put a
out
label
why
on
we
it.
do. Yeah.
Put a label on behavior and
Yes.
why we do exactly why we do what we do.
Yes.
I think that's what the purpose of a theory. And it's to help us also form hypothesis and do more research in
Yes.
discovering why we do what we do.
I agree. I'm writing this down.
No, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Parts of a theory and how they relate to one another. So,
So,
am I right? The parts are assumptions, concepts, and propositions. Are those the parts
yes.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's three parts to it.
Okay.
And the assumptions are the basic, the grass is green. We all know that grass is green.
Right.
This is the basic assumption. Some is brown, but most of the time, grass is green.
Right. And the concepts are kind of like our hypothesis, right?
Our
Like,
concepts are like our vocabulary.
yes.
So it's like the word terminology. That's our concepts, the terminology of the theory.
Okay. Oh.
The only part I'm not totally sure with is that the third one, the last.
The propositions.
Yes.
So that's where we do the positive or negative.
Oh, correlation.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
I couldn't remember that to save my life. That's right. That's where we go. That's how it all ties together.
Yes.
So we have our assumptions, our theories that go with our assumptions. I mean, our concepts that go with the assumptions.
Right.
And then we have
the proposition
of the two.
Yes. And they can either be positive or negative.
Yes. The propositions are usually correlated, how they correlate. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
How families are unique, and thus we need family theories to work with this unique animal.
Well, yeah, families in and of themselves are
we're all different.
Society.
Yes.
They're more condensed than society and they're broader than self.
Yes, and we have to learn how to function within our family
in order to function properly in society.
Yes. Yes.
Which is half of the problem with the classes at my school. It's really sad.
Oh, I bet.
Like everything starts in the home.
Absolutely. And if they don't have that home
support, you don't have the foundation of a solid home where you have guidelines and you know someone structuring to teach you how to be in society, then you only learn by trial and error in society.
Right. Unfortunately.
Yeah. But family is very unique.
Yeah.
In that aspect.
And each family is different. And there's not very many, any two families are the same.
There's really not.
I mean, even in each of like my family, I have 4 boys who all are, completely different. And so even within the family, you have differences as well.
You have different personalities coming together learning how to get along.
Yes.
Pretty much.
So I guess.
So how would we say why?
Yeah, why do we need family theories? I guess my thing is when I was researching last week about this theory is that it helps us better understand our families so we can educate ourselves to be better and to learn the things that we need to learn. I don't know.
Heal when we need to heal.
Yeah.
Because like as a possible counselor going through this, I need to be able to understand the theories so that when families come to me, I can help them understand with the family theories, help them understand their family circumstances and what they need to change. But if I just go in there knowing the sociology or the psychology of society, I can't help families as much.
Yes, I agree. That's absolutely true. So, yeah.
Because the psychology is society, right? No, psychology is self.
Psychology is like the brain, right?
Yeah. And sociology is society.
Yes.
And you can't help society unless you help the family first, which is why I like family studies, is because you really can make a difference on society when you're helping individual families.
Absolutely.
Okay. Again, I wish I knew what kind of questions we are going to be looking at, so I know how to study this better.
Let's see. Know each theory, assumptions, concepts, propositions, how the theories work. So I'm assuming this exam will just be the 2 theories?
Yes.
Or are we learning another one next week?
Wait. Well, when we go down, it talks about violence, cycle of violence. Have we read violence yet?
I don't think so. So I'm wondering if that is
next week.
Okay. So that's what I'm hoping for, because I started looking things up and I'm like, I don't remember reading anything about this. So I actually even looked it up. Where did I see it? I'm pretty sure we would have, because there's different stages of the violence or cycle of violence, and I know we haven't done that yet. So
yeah, I haven't. And I'm sorry, what's FDT? I know I'm skipping ahead, but
where did it
stages and tasks and FDT. What is that?
Oh, that's
the family dynamic theory.
Development theory.
Or dynamic.
So that's each stages, like
okay.
The launching stage and all
okay.
That.
So what I did as I going through each theory is I made special kind of notes. And I can totally give you a copy.
Oh, sure.
I think we're supposed to be able to do that. But what I did is I took the positivism. And I put, so number 1, positivism. And then A is family development theory. B is the other theory, the one conflict theory.
Exchange theory.
Exchange theory. And then I went down and I went, explain what the theory is. What are the basic assumptions?
Nice.
And then I go through and I, like an outline, I write all of whatever was on the know these things, the overview questions. I copy and paste it under each theory.
Oh, yeah. So you can.
And then I go through the book answering those questions.
Okay.
So if you want a copy of this, I can totally give it to you.
Sure. If you could email it to me, that would be great.
Because then I also have, at the end of this theory, the exchange theory, I have interpretive, and then I have those theories ABC. 3 is conflict, and then I have AB.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to go through so it's all on this page.
Yes. All in one spot.
Yep.
Okay.
An
Yeah,
outline
that would
of
be
each
great.
theory and what they're under, like interpretive and whatever that's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind sharing that, that'd be great.
No, I don't mind. Now, let me see something. I emailed your Gmail, right?
You did both. But yes, you did do
Okay.
my Gmail. So either one of those will work fine.
Okay, because I can do it right now.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. I need all the help I can get.
Yeah. And then we can like kind of go through it together. And that
Sure.
way, if I'm missing anything, I can totally like update it.
Oh, yeah. Let me see. Did you do my Gmail?
I'm looking for your Gmail.
It's the Murdoch 6, Murdoch Mom 6.
Oh, here we are. There you are. Okay. That way we can help each other.
Sure. And then you
Embellish
can
it?
just add to it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
As we go
Then
through
you'll
the
have
other
the
theories.
basics of my study guide.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can add to it. And then we can, if we end up being in the same group again, we can,
Yeah.
because I think she
Yeah.
said we're going to be switching groups
Oh, every
each
time we
time.
meet.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
which is dumb. I wish we could just stick with the same people,
I know, because you kind of
especially if we know that like we work so well together. Like,
once here.
yeah.
Okay,
Hang
let's
on.
see.
Let me, family theories,
Oh, Katrine.
notes, theories in family 400. Okay.
So
I
did
just
you
hit
put,
send.
okay, thank you. Did you put on there the critiques of them too?
I haven't done that yet,
Okay.
but I
So,
need to go back and add that
okay.
to my, I didn't quite finish, um, last night. It was like 2 in the morning and I was like, I already took the test, so I was done.
Yeah, no kidding, me
Like,
too.
yeah, I'm good. But I am going to go through it again tonight because tonight I just have, I don't know. I'm a list person. I'm the oldest child in my family. So I make a lot of lists for myself.
It's good.
So on my list today, it's the study guide for tonight. So I'm going to go back and
Oops.
put that into.
The only critique I have, let's see, I have 5 criticisms for the family development theory, but for the exchange theory.
Now, okay, I have the book up because I
Or,
looked it up after the quiz.
yeah, because it asked that, right?
Yeah, to see what it was, and there is a critique spot in the book.
It is, yeah, yeah. I was hoping I remembered one. What did I put? The love. You couldn't. Something about love.
Well, it said something about. Oh, now I can't remember. I'm looking at the book right now. I had to read. I hate this book.
I know. I don't like it on the line.
I wish I could highlight and
Yes.
write notes, and I wish it wouldn't freeze and then make me find my page again.
Yes.
I mean, there are so many complaints I have about this book.
I'm the same way.
So I'm finding my spot again because I took too long.
This is what I wrote. Well, I tried to, because I remember reading this. It is impossible for it to deal with love and other emotional elements that make up family life. That's what I put on my quiz. So which totally makes sense in this.
Well, and it was something else along those lines that caught my eye. That it was just like, oh, the family is too complex.
Yes.
Have it just be about exchanges. there's so much more depth to families than just exchange.
Yeah. Oh, I should have wrote this one too. This is a good one where it's in that second paragraph on that one second page of the critique where it says social exchange theory can also be criticized for the way in which it assumes that people are looking out for their own best interests. Because in a family, most likely, they're probably not looking out for
Their own interest.
Yeah.
Because, who was it? There's this scientist guy that talked about how when you have a group like a family, in order to support each other and yourself, you look out for each other's welfare, because then you know, and there's like a whole theory about this. And I can't remember what it is, but I read it somewhere or watched it on something.
Did you
like
send
a documentary or something? I don't know. But yeah, we definitely don't look out for our own best interests when we're in a family.
No. And then if you need critiques for the family development theory, I have some. So I have, let's see. This theory does not account for different family forms associated with divorce, death of a spouse, remarriage, childless couples, or gay and lesbian couples. Which I really liked because all the life cycles have to do with children. So,
what if there's people who don't have children?
Yeah, exactly. And then I also have the theory normalized one type of family and invalidated others, which kind of goes along with the last one.
Yeah.
And then many criticize the theory as being only descriptive and lacking explanatory power. The theory describes transitional tasks, but does not explain how they are successfully negotiated. That was a little more confusing.
Yeah. Say that again.
The theory, many criticize the theory as being only descriptive and lacking explanatory power. I can't remember where I found this. And then the theory describes transitional tasks, but does not explain how they are successfully negotiated.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just definitely not my favorite theory.
Yeah.
I kind of like exchange theory, though.
It's easier to understand just because we all have that in us.
We all do it.
Yeah, in some form.
Like, I don't think that we're all just always out for our own interest and always just looking for the easy and like pleasurable things, because
right.
I mean, this is definitely not pleasurable for me.
Yeah.
But I do think we do weigh things out as in, well, how bad is this going to be for me?
Right.
And what are my rewards going to be for doing it?
Well, and I wrote as my example is, trying to decide whether to go back to school or not was a pro and con situation. And, and I had to weigh the risks versus the rewards. And
yeah.
And
like, as much as you suffer sometimes, the rewards make the cost bearable.
Exactly.
And so in that sense, this is totally exchange theory.
Yeah.
That we are living.
That's right.
So I don't know if it doesn't explain the complexity of families, because I do think that we look out for each other's best interests too. But even that can be considered exchange theory.
Right.
Like, how well will this help so-and-so? Is it worth the cost of?
That's true. That's a good point. Because that's the next thing on our thing is how to use each theory to analyze as well as help a family. And that's a good point on helping the family is You weigh the
Yeah.
risks and rewards to help
You know,
individuals in the
is
family.
this worth my sacrifice to help my daughter
Right.
get ahead in life? You know, to me,
Absolutely.
having her get ahead in life is a reward for me.
Right.
And so, when she was born, well, I left her dad when I was pregnant. He was abusive, and that was a whole bad thing. But I also knew that, so like, I've taken a lot of ACE classes, a ton,
Mm-hmm.
because I was going to be a preschool teacher. I was going to be all kinds of things. And so I knew the first 2-3 years of her life were huge.
Right.
And so I did everything and anything I could. I sacrificed so much to be able to just be home with her,
Right.
to create that foundation for her. And that was a huge sacrifice on my part, but it was exchange theory because it was cost versus reward.
Right.
I don't know. That's my
Yeah.
example.
Well, and you even choosing what, I mean, is benefiting your family as well. I mean, you're learning things that you can use and that you can help others with. So,
Yep.
my cat's meowing.
Aww.
Oops. Okay. All right. So let's go on. We kind of did the stages and tasks of the family development theory, dynamics of families with teens. I don't know if you watched all the videos that the students did already.
One of them was really funny.
Yeah, the one about teenagers. I mean, they did a wonderful job.
They really did.
Yeah, so I say you just go back and watch that. Well, and actually, that's what I did on the assignment last week too. Is I did the teenage stage.
Yeah,
so
me
I'm
too.
gonna have my notes on that.
I did the preteen stage, like the transition into teenage stage.
Since that's where you are right now.
Yeah.
Yes, good. All right. So understand dynamics. So
we haven't gone through the violence.
okay, I'm gonna say we haven't done
No,
that
we're
yet
done. We're good.
So except for understand these. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think
the rest of this is on violence.
Yes.
And I honestly don't think we've done the violence yet.
I don't think so. I guess we could go look. Let me go look real fast and see if I can just see by the contents of next week. Let's see. Overview. Oh yeah. Nope. That's what it is. Dynamics of family violence.
Right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
So I think we are good.
So I think we're good. I think we had a good discussion.
Yeah, and thank you for that study guide. I think it'll be very useful. And if I have questions,
if you have things to add to it or maybe change, will you email me?
Sure.
And then that way I can update it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if you have a better way of explaining some of the fun things I tried to explain.
No, yeah. We'll use it together.
That would be great.
Okay, and you will post the link to the discussion